real-time operations center was going to be very exciting. We actually had a 10-year-old girl from Richmond Hill who was missing. So, but he just found out 2 minutes ago she was found. So great news. Or we would have lost probably every goes on with that. So there are a couple other people that are here. Sergeant Paul Chang. Everyone knows Paul from Diversity, but he's talked about Sergeant Joe Tansos is also from our 2 district. He's in charge of community-oriented response. We have 2 districts, so he does a lot of our traffic enforcement, a lot of our community interaction. Joe just told me he's been down there for how long? At 2 districts, 2 boards? 8 years. 8 years. So any question you have about Richmond Hill, or especially traffic in your neighborhood, you can direct that to Joe. And the inspector, Tony DeSantis, is in the back. He's the inspector in charge of our overall community services. So he oversees all our diversity, cultural resources, our community safety village. And anyone who knows Superintendent Ricky Barrapan, he is second in command to Ricky. So you can imagine keeping Ricky in line. So that's always a new job right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to have about 15 minutes at each of those stop-offs. So that'll be about 45 minutes. Then we're going to bring everybody back here, and then we'll have a little bit of an opportunity for question and answer. The chief will be here, Superintendent Shelburne, Inspector Almeida will be here, and they can answer any questions you have as well before we depart for the night. Does anyone have any questions before they get started? Let's start. Okay. Yes, Sergeant Chang.
And when we come back, we're going to have a group photo here.
Yes, okay, so the first group is going to start with Paul, which is going to be a present identification. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You guys are all going to head with Sergeant Chang, and you're going to start over in I.
Most of the sex trade offenses and the trafficking that we see involves juveniles and young persons that are domestic related. They're born here, and those are the bulk of the people that we see in the sex trade. It's a very unfortunate circumstance. We have a unit that's dedicated to that, that's doubled in size. I worked in that unit for a couple of years with my partner and a team that I think that are very dedicated people that are, really out there trying to rescue people and help them turn the chapter in life to something else. And we deal a lot with a lot of non-government agencies and groups that are out there to try and provide assistance. But Massage Parlors is a good question. Regrettably, it's one of the places that we don't see. The majority of the sex trafficking occurs in hotels. Yeah. So, but come on to the operations center. And,
Toriel, I talked about your old.
Who's our,
good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sal's a crime analyst on our platoon. Recently, a crime analyst has been assigned to every shift in the operations center. Sal does a great deal of work for our front line and supporting them in calls that are happening both real time on the road and with some follow-up investigations. Anything from a missing person or a suicidal person that we can't find. Sal has the ability to scrape a lot of social media networks, which, as you know, in this day and age, social media is a platform that's being used more and more, not only by adults, but particularly by youth. So Sal's able to access those things real time, along with, aside from real time investigations, looking back at other crimes that have occurred and trying to identify people or trends in crime, and then be able to share that information with the front line. The operational command center, the purpose of the command center really is to look at overall resources for the region and to mitigate risk for the organization and for the officers. Now, mitigating risk certainly doesn't mean being risk averse. Policing, by its very job and nature, has inherent risks, but we do the best we can from a resource perspective to mitigate the risk that our officers face so that we can respond effectively to service in the community. I pulled up a couple of things just for you to see while we're here. Hey, what are you doing to the board here? But our screens in here are called smart boards, so we're able to come up and actively look at them when they're happening. But this dashboard tells us that in the region right now we have 114 cars that are logged on, and this will give you an idea just on the scope of what policing is happening, and it updates every 57 seconds or so. But The red shows that of those 115 cars, everybody that's red is tied up. They're already on a call. If they're yellow, they're en route to a call, and if they're blue, they're available for service. And the red here shows us from the bulk of the people that are tied up on calls. What are they tied up on? Well, they're tied up on an assist citizen. Well, actually, that's an assist other police agency. Emotionally disturbed person, a missing youth, a personal injury accident, impaired, injured person, theft in progress, wanted people, liquor complaints, property damage accidents, and it just goes on. And here in the critical remarks, it updates us kind of to show us what are some of the more critical calls that are pending, and or that officers are on. And over here, for example, it shows us from a skill set. So if we need somebody to drive the command post, who's available that has the special license to drive that, and it'll tell us when we just click them, and it shows us what car they're logged on to. The same goes for other skills, negotiators, peer support, et cetera, et cetera. So those are some of the things that we have access to. Languages, as you heard the chief mention, we're a very diverse community, which is no stranger to anybody. But the officers that are working right now that are speaking different languages, 4 that speak Mandarin, 1 that speaks Cantonese, and it just goes on. So those are the officers that are available right now that speak different languages, but we also have access to an interpreter line 24 hours a day to speak, that we can put in live communication with people roadside and able to communicate if that is required. The screen over here that's yellow behind you, the reason it's yellow is it's a live feed to our helicopter, which was working days today. It's not working tonight. But the yellow, it gives us a live direct feed to the helicopter when it's up, which has proven very useful, particularly because, as you know, crime sees no borders, and policing, although we're a jurisdiction in New York Region, every police officer in the province has jurisdiction throughout the province, and in some cases beyond. But when we have issues that cross borders, we need to be able to communicate live time effectively with other agencies. So from the operations center, we're able to call, for example, the Toronto operations center and say, we've got a vehicle that was involved in an armed robbery. It's a stolen vehicle. We were in a pursuit with it. We've terminated the pursuit. Our helicopter has control and observation of it. The vehicle's on the Don Valley Parkway right now. Okay, we're coming up to Eglinton. Okay, we're on the Gardiner Expressway. And start by communicating with Toronto and giving them the real-time update, we're able to break that barrier, that red tape that existed for many years, and be able to deploy resources multi-jurisdictional. That happened as recently as last Monday night with a commercial armed robbery in Vaughan, where we had connected our radio systems with Toronto, OPP, and Peel, all on one channel in York Region. Which you can imagine is very busy, because every agency does things a little bit different. But we coordinate those resources on one channel, and basically we're the command of that incident, despite what jurisdiction it's in. And,
so who makes the arrest? Is it the initial officer, or is it where the jurisdiction is? How does it work?
Right, so the agency that starts the incident, whether it's a pursuit or a criminal investigation or whatever, maintains control of that incident, regardless of what jurisdiction it goes into. So it can go into Niagara Region, we're still in control of that. We have the ultimate say in control, but we're permitted to turn control over to the other agents, which, depending on a case-by-case basis, that might be the most appropriate thing to do. However, in the case of this armed robbery investigation last Monday, it made more sense for York Region to maintain control of it because, although we have a lot of highly trained police officers out there, certain cases require certain expertise. In that type of case, although we had multiple agencies on board, we needed to communicate with plainclothes units to be able to real-time scramble and conduct surveillance with officers from different jurisdictions who haven't worked together, being able to work together and doing covert surveillance, track the suspect, and then we use our tactical teams here and our K9 units here to effect the arrest in Peel Region, which resulted in the recovery of a loaded shotgun, 2 suspects arrested with the masks and all the property. So it was a good example of the ability for us to work cooperatively with other agencies. And it's not different than a lot of other 911 agencies. We handle every 911 call, whether it's for fire, ambulance, or police. And then we transfer the call if it's for fire or ambulance. But at the same time, we stay on the line and we're able to continue to hear that call, so that, it might be a call for someone's gonna, thinking they're having a heart attack. But our primary purpose as police officers is to preserve life. And so although the call's been transferred to the ambulance, we're able to hear the call, send a call for service because we might have an officer that's close and able to respond to that. The other thing that we have access to, kind of real time, but this from the regional picture shows us the units that we have on the road. The yellow, as I mentioned, I don't think I showed you this screen, did I? No. So the yellow cars show that they're en route to a call, red, they're already on scene, and green, they're available for a call. Each area is broken up into a patrol sector. So give you an idea, when I started in Richmond Hill back in 1998 as a patrol officer, my patrol zone was from Major Mackenzie Drive to Stouffville Road, from the 404 to Bathurst Street, the big zone. We have up from for our purposes, for risk management, are the front desks. So you can see here, this is the front desk at 2 District, 1, 3, 4, and 5. And then we have our cell blocks at 1, 2 is Richmond Hill, 3, 4, and 5 District, and then the collision reporting center, etc. But the reason that we focus on these cameras is that if there's going to be some type of interaction that goes negatively or some type of conflict that requires some type of emergency intervention, it's generally going to be either in the cell block or the front. We have up from for our purposes, for risk management, are the front desks. So you can see here, this is the front desk at 2 District, 1, 3, 4, and 5. Then we have our cell blocks at 1, 2 is Richmond Hill, 3, 4, and 5 District, and then the collision reporting center, etc. But the reason that we focus on these cameras is that if there's going to be some type of interaction that goes negatively or some type of conflict that requires some type of emergency intervention, it's generally going to be either in the cell block or the front.
On the highways, sometimes there are helicopters for the road watch. How do you, which road and who suggests that which road or which highway has to be picked up?
Are you talking for the air traffic?
For air traffic.
So air traffic does general patrol across the region. One of their purposes is for aggressive driving enforcement. Now some of the roadways have specific paint markings on the road. You may see these white blotches of paint at the side of the road, and those are markers that are used in conjunction with a stopwatch to calculate speed. So Stouffville Road, for example, has that. Davis Drive has that. But aside from that, they're really a good tool region-wide to be deployed for that, and that comes from both direction from the traffic, what we now call our Road Safety Bureau, and from the air support unit itself.
So when you pick up roads, so you pick up different roads, how do you pick up those roads? At which road it has to be air patrolled?
A lot of it relies on, you're saying how do we deploy them for patrol? That's up to the air support unit themselves to be patrolled. Now if here in the operations center, if we have a specific task for them to do, then we'll task them with that. But the air support unit, much like the Road Safety Bureau, has their own crime analysts, their own supervisors that direct enforcement or patrol based on the information they have real time every day. It changes every day, basically.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. How was it? How was the tour? Well, to me, like I was missing my, like toys and all that. I would say, Aaron, great show, man. I love those gadgets and, the toys. It was fantastic. You're doing a great job. So I'm actually honored to say thank you. Thank you to Chief. Thank you to everyone on behalf of Rotary Club of Richmond Hill. Like amazing site. Like I'm sure that most of us we have seen this. Very impressive, highly technical, amazing site. And you guys are doing such an amazing service to our community. So our special thanks. Like I'm here just to say thank you. And our special thank, of course, to Chief Eric. We've been discussing this and planning this, and we came up with this idea. And I think it was a wonderful idea to have a tour of this facility with our club. I think everybody is very impressed, and we all know what you guys are doing really for us. Amazing, Thank you very much for doing this. I also have to thank, of course, our District 2 Command, Heidi and Almada, and I think we'll be coordinating more. Hi, Almada. So we'll be coordinating more because these guys are actually stationed in Richmond Hill, just next to the library, and I think we'll be having them, quite often, to our club as well. So thank you very much. My special thanks actually goes to, where's Karen gone? Karen and, we have been coordinating, as I was saying earlier, for almost a month to coordinate all this, to coordinate with different departments, and to make this event happen. And we want to actually recognize Karen as well because she's done a wonderful job, Karen Richard. Karen, I was talking about you. So Karen, can you come on the stage?
Just trying to clean as well.
Yeah. So, what you have done today, what you have seen today, whatever happened today, it's all coordinated by this lady.
Oh, no.
Because this is the one who's been coordinating with me for almost more than a month,
Oh, thank you.
So without further ado, may I now call upon our President Rotarian Richard Housen to please come forward and say a few words, and also present a very small appreciation token to our Chief Eric.
Thank you, Ben. Well, wasn't that impressive? Did you have fun? Was this better than the Sheraton on a Monday? Was the meal better than the Sheraton on Monday? Anyway, we had lots and lots of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to extend a special thanks to Nash. Nash worked very hard in the last month and a half to put this together, and I know with some of the contacts here and the people here, we had a lovely evening, and special thanks to Nash from our club for organizing this. I would also like to say that personally, I had no idea the magnitude of this place and the scope of the work you guys were doing here on behalf of our community, and I want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you're doing, and this is quite an impressive place. Chief Joliffe had mentioned about our partnership. We've partnered with the York Region Police for many, many years, and we continue as a Rotary Club of Richmond Hill, look forward to continuing partnership with you in the years to come, particularly with a community safety project with the kids. So without further ado, I would like to present Chief Eric Joliffe with a certificate of appreciation, and this extends to you, and I know you have a big team, you represent the team, but we can't have everybody up here, so we're going to ask you to come and accept the certificate of appreciation from the Rotary Club of Richmond Hill. And if I may just say a few words from it, it says, excellence of service. We hereby express our sincere appreciation to Chief Joliffe for your contribution and exceptional commitment and dedication to our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll just say just a couple more things, and then we'll get a group photograph and get you on your way. But so you've had an opportunity to see our real-time operations center. So we're one of the only police services in Canada to operate a center like that. And I can tell you when we end up having those challenging calls that we occasionally find ourselves managing, I have the ability myself, my office is on the same third floor, but at this end of the building, I have the ability to go into that real-time ops center and see exactly where all our field staff are from the center. But I'm also able to watch video footage from our helicopter that we have. We operate a helicopter. We are one of 5 police services in Canada to have their own helicopter. So I'm able to watch the feed from that. I'm able to watch the feed from those traffic cameras I saw, so we can turn those cameras 360 degrees, so we're able to watch anything from there. And also, we're only one of 2 police services in the province of Ontario that have in-car cameras. So on the dashes of our patrol cars, there's cameras. So we can actually feed those cameras up into this center also. So pretty significant from a technology point of view. We're very, very proud of the fact that as a police service, we're able to ensure that we're utilizing the taxpayers' money as efficiently as we possibly can to make sure that we are looking after each one of you in the community. And just on a side note, I've invited to go to Karachi. I'll be in Karachi next week, and I've been invited to speak to the Rotary Club of Karachi. So I will be sending best wishes on behalf of this Rotary Club in my conversations there, and I'm very much looking forward to doing that and talking about the great work that what you're doing in Richmond Hill at the same time. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for taking the opportunity to see what the capabilities of your police service are. Very much appreciate that. And if there's anything that we can do for you in the community, please let us know. I know Heidi and Al are more than happy to have visits there at their station in Richmond Hill, and also come out to the club to talk about other things that this police service does on each and every day. So again, thank you all so much for coming and joining us today. Thank you.
So I'm not sure whether I did mention or not, but actually this whole idea, the first time we developed, actually it was between me and Paul Chen. Paul has been very, very active member of our committee, and he knows everyone. So thank you, Paul, for everything you did today.
So we'll get some standing, sitting.
Maybe we can have a group photo. Anybody wants?
Come on up.
You have to say enough or thank you.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। जी साहब खुश आमदीद कहना चाहते हैं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। आज कनाडा में बहुत से लोग बहुत एक्टिवली काम कर रहे हैं और बहुत सी चीज़ें जिसमें पाकिस्तान भी जब साथ लिंक होता है तो आई गेट अ काइंड ऑफ सेटिस्फैक्शन। हमारी कम्युनिटी में एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो अक्सर औकात आपकी मुलाकात भी करवाई, कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल, जनाब समीर दोसल, डेफिनेटली वर्किंग हार्ड। ही इज़ ब्रिंगिंग मोर बिजनेसमैन यहाँ पर भी और कनाडा और पाकिस्तान के दरमियान जो भी बिज़नेस से मुतल्लिक लेन देन है उसमें इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं। कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल होता ही है कि बाज़ औक़ात कम्युनिकेशन के गैप्स जो हैं बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स भी ले आया करते होते हैं, मगर कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल के जनाब समीर दोसल जो हैं अब भी एक बहुत बड़ी कोशिश और काविश कर रहे हैं। हमारे यहाँ के चीफ जो हैं वो पाकिस्तान तशरीफ़ लेके जा रहे हैं, यॉर्क रीजन के जो चीफ हैं वो पाकिस्तान तशरीफ़ लेके जा रहे हैं। कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल ने इसकी क्यों ज़रूरत महसूस की, समीर दोसल मेरे साथ तशरीफ़ रखते हैं। सर सबसे पहले तो बहुत शुक्रिया, यू आर डूइंग वंडरफुल जॉब। और आप यकीन कीजिएगा ये सिर्फ आपके सामने बैठ के बात करने की नहीं बात, आई मीन इट। बाज़ औक़ात लोग सिर्फ ये महसूस करते हैं व्हाट इज़ इन इट फॉर मी, बट यू आर डूइंग बियॉन्ड दैट। और यहाँ के लोगों को पाकिस्तान का एक्सपोजर देना बड़ी बात है सर। तो बताइए कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल का इस दफ़ा क्या है?
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। हम बहुत खुश हैं कि इस दफ़ा हमें मौका मिला है कि हम चीफ ऑफ पुलिस चीफ एरिक जॉलिफ को हम पाकिस्तान लेके जा रहे हैं। Perhaps I may converse in English so that he can...
Yes, you can. Why not?
So it was an amazing opportunity for the Canada-Pakistan Business Council and for myself personally to get engaged in the Leaders of Islamabad conference, which happened last year. And I got this opportunity to take a Professor Dr. Wendy Sukir. She went and she spoke about disruptive technology. There was a lot of participation from the High Commission side in Islamabad, and which created a lot of excitement in the community over there, the business community, the leaders, that there was an engagement, a little start or a spark of a direct engagement between Canada and Pakistan. So come next year, I got this opportunity and I got this thing to, when I talked to the organizers, I made a commitment. I said, listen, from now onwards, what we are going to do is we are going to try and take one good, amazing personality every year. This is my commitment to you. This is what I want to do. Lo and behold, what other person than a person like Chief Eric Jolliffe of York Region. The details he will speak about it. But what I'm saying is, I am equally delighted and honored that the chief accepted the opportunity to go and speak, and he will be talking about policing and engaging the community. I think there's a buzz in Pakistan and people are excited and looking forward to hearing from the chief. More details I don't want to disclose. This is the beginning of this coverage. We are yet to proceed to our visit, and hopefully I am aware that you will also be joining us in Pakistan. You will be covering that event, and we will hopefully be doing a post event back here in similar circumstances. So I'm delighted that the chief is coming. This is an amazing opportunity, and he will also be going to Karachi, and he will be speaking at a Rotary, one of the largest Rotary clubs in Pakistan.
Sameer bhai, going back last year when you said that once this group went, Dr. Wendy went there, and I remember you arranged a program in University of Toronto. I had a chance meeting with Dr. Wendy, and you know what, her perspective was totally changed once she visited Pakistan. She spoke very high about Pakistan. So this year, it's good that you are taking chief.
It is my experience, and I mean it. It's in reality. Whatever I talk about my country of origin, I can say anything. But I have seen, and we are fortunate that whenever people have gone to Pakistan who are not of Pakistani origin,
you're right,
what they come and talk is something to be excited about. And I'm already excited what Wendy talks about, the way she engages. You know that we did a program day before yesterday with DI Institute and the Canada-Pakistan Business Council, and the support and the understanding that Canada and Pakistan need to engage.
She speaks very high, and she's a real ambassador of Pakistan now. That's what I feel. Now, we are fortunate enough that we are sitting in our chief's office, Chief Eric Jolliffe. Now, Chief, first of all, thank you very much for giving us an opportunity. Thank you to Canada-Pakistan Business Council that they brought us in contact with you. And normally in my country it has been said that if you don't get any position or if you don't get job, you know, you can get into the police. If some student is not very good in the studies, ultimately parents think, okay, he will go to the police department, he will become a lawyer, or he will get into the army. But when I was looking at your card, and I think to become a police officer here in Canada, it needs a lot of qualifications and degrees. OOM, Bachelor of Arts, Masters of Arts, CMM3, I don't know what it is. Would you please tell us?
Right, so first of all, I want to thank my good friend Samir for thinking about me, and I certainly hope that I can live up to your billing in the delivery when I'm in Islamabad. But also I want to thank EEWAS TV for being at our regional headquarters here in Aurora. So thank you for being here, and you're right. I can tell you that most police officers that join York Regional Police all have a degree of one sort or another. And that's part of our commitment to recruiting the best for our community and serving our community. Now, you asked me about all those fancy little titles and initials and things like that. You know, I've been very fortunate. I've been in the business for almost 40 years now. So next year will be my 40th year in the police industry. And I've been very fortunate along the way to be trained by this police service to be its leader, the CEO of the organization. And I'm very honored to have been presented the OOM that you read. That is the Officer of the Order of Merit, and that comes directly from the Governor General of Canada. So, of course, I've got a BA 4-year degree, honors BA. The master's degree is in leadership, specialized in leadership, and the CEM3 is a certified municipal manager at the highest level. So. I've taken the opportunity, the organization has given me the opportunities to ensure that I'm in a pretty good position to lead a police service of our magnitude. York Regional Police is over 2,300 employees. We cover 1,750 square kilometers, and the York region is a population of almost 1.3 million people. So in Canadian standard, certainly not in Pakistani standard, but in Canadian standard, we are the 6th largest municipal police service in the country.
MashaAllah, and it is very well equipped. It's a very latest. Thank you very much for providing us an opportunity to visit and see what is happening behind the scene. Now, Chief, you said that 40 years of service. We'll go into the next part as well. And now you are serving around 1.3 million people here in this area. What change did you notice in 40 years?
Well, tremendous change. So I grew up in this region, the region of York. I grew up in Thornhill, for those who may know where Thornhill is. So I grew up.
It's a rich area. It's a beautiful area.
It's a lovely community. You know, I was born there.
I lived in Thornhill for 3 years, so I know.
So I've watched an area grow significantly. There's probably in the early 70s, probably not 150,000 people living in York region. Today I talk about nearly 1.3 million. And so with that comes some interesting challenges for a police service in terms of growing an organization that is keeping pace with growth in our community. We see nearly 30,000 new residents into our area every year. And as you can see, and some of your viewers will know York region, I suspect, and the increase in the growth, density, intensification, and sort of diversification or diversity has been fairly significant in York Region. And for a police service to be able to ensure that it connects with its community, it needs to definitely reflect the community it serves, and you need to have members of a service that actually can speak languages. So I can tell you in York Region, the York Regional Police speak 65 different languages. There are about 100 languages spoken in York Region, so we're almost there.
When we were in the real-time area, I think there were 6 or 7 languages, which were Persian, and there are...
Right, so that's who's working tonight for us, so we know if we have to have someone who can dialogue with someone who speaks Farsi or Urdu or something like that, we're able to connect. So we can communicate, right?
Now, I would like to say, Samir Bhai, for our viewers, this area is, and Chief also knows, Richmond Hill, Thorn Hill area. This is one of the finest area in our GTA. Rich people live in this area as compared to other places. Is that true?
All kinds of people live in here.
No, but still, above average.
Perhaps.
To be truthful. Is that right?
Well, no, it's not quite. So this region is very, from an economic point of view, also very diverse. Okay. And we cover, I'm not sure if I shared this, but we cover 1,750 square kilometers. So the region is very big. In actual fact, we are almost twice the size, geographical size, of Islamabad.
But population-wise, you cannot compare.
2 million people live in Islamabad. I do my checking, and we're going to be, so by 2031, York Region will be 1.7 million. So we're getting there. Yeah. Close.
But you know what? Anybody who comes new in Canada.
But the important thing that I would want the chief to touch upon, the performance of the York Regional Police as a national or international index. You may want to mention where we stand, where York Regional Police stand.
So we are, frankly, nationally recognized for a number of the programs that we do here in York Region. Our peers see us as a leader in policing, either it be from a leadership perspective. We spend a lot of time teaching our folks all about the importance of leadership in an organization. Our community engagement practices here are seen as one of the best in the country, and our innovation and technology is by far also at the top of its game. With that, it does allow us to boast about a few things. So York Region is one of the safest communities in Canada, and we're very, very proud of that. We compare in terms of communities over 1 million. So we are a community of over 1 million, and we are the safest community of any community over 1 million in Canada. But also, if you viewers were to read Maclean's magazine,
yes.
You can read in Maclean's magazine there that out of 100 communities in Canada, safest being 100, we are 98, and so we're only surpassed by two other communities in all of Canada.
So in other words, you are saying all the new immigrants who are coming now, they should settle either in Thornhill or in Richmond, in York Region. Is that true?
Yes.
Thank you very kindly. Now, Chief, we will come to the point where you are going to Pakistan in Leaders in Islamabad conference. What is your expectation, and how do you see yourself there?
Well, I'm going to have a great opportunity to, as Samira said, I'm going to have this great opportunity to visit Karachi, and I'm very much looking forward to that. And got some really neat things planned there, I hope. I think I'm maybe going to ring the bell at the stock exchange. And I believe we're meeting with the Karachi police, and we're going to look. We're going to go see their training facility, and then as Samir said, we're going to meet with the Rotary Club, and we're going to have a chat about what happens in Rotary here in Canada, in York Region, and a little bit about York Regional Police at the same
Samir
time.
bhai, I hope you will make him meet with the, I think so once you are going to the stock exchange, we are proud to say that the CEO of stock exchange is now
He's
a Canadian. Is a
So
Canadian.
all the more reason, you remember, you have also covered this program. Richard Morin, based out of Montreal, is now the president and CEO of the Pakistan Stock Exchange. He is looking forward to welcoming a fellow Canadian.
How would you feel? Another thing is for the Telenor. Michael Foley is there.
At that time, Michael Foley was there. Michael Foley got another amazing responsibility globally, so he has moved on. But he was a great friend, and he was also Canadian, and he headed one of the topmost telecom communication company in Pakistan.
And he's also a strong advocate of
Pakistan.
Strong.
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much. And this is something what I need to know is I remember back 3-4 years ago, England police and Canadian police, they were at the same page to learn from each other. Right. So now, Samir bhai, once the chief is going to Pakistan, so they will address to our police department?
Yes.
How would it work?
So here's what's happening. So how the structures in, the names are different, but for example, there's the IG in Sindh. So the head of police, like so there's the IGs. So hopefully he will be meeting at least 2 or 3 IGs of various jurisdictions and hopefully engage in a dialogue and a conversation. And I'm hoping that there will be collaborative effects. I know that the chief is exploring avenues of, there were previous times that police used to come here for training purposes.
That's what my next question was.
And we talked about, and he's exploring that what are the possible means of collaboration. I think to enhance good relationship, we need to be sharing these expertise and these collaboration and these trainings. You know the fact the other day that there's a launch of the Canada-Pakistan Research Institute supported by the Consulate General of Pakistan, Dr. Raza Muridi, who is due to go to Pakistan at some point in time. He could not right now. So these are the collaborations that I think people-to-people contact. Since the formation of Pakistan, since the creation of Pakistan in 1947, Canada has been one of the best and the closest and the most respected ally of Pakistan. Right. If you talk to anybody in Pakistan and you talk about Canada, everybody will have a smile on his face. Especially now, even more after our jubilant, vibrant Justin Trudeau.
Yes. I hope, Samir bhai, that next time when police chief goes there, we wish all the best, and the IGs and officers should come here to learn something from these departments, how your different analysis take place, and that will for sure be the outcome.
Absolutely.
Inshallah.
So, you know what, the way I look at it, Pakistan has recently fought a very strong war on terrorism. And they have used the latest technique. It's probably in recent history, it's one of the greatest success of all times of this Zarbe-Azb and all these few movements. I am confident that conversations will lead to sharing of ideas, and that will be hopefully a two-way exchange of sorts, I think.
Inshallah. But please, Chief, my request to you is don't drive in Pakistan, because driving is not as simple as is here. Would you give him an experience to drive there?
You know, you're taking me onto a different track. Let me tell you one thing. I have to say this on television. When I go to Karachi, my sister lives there. I have an understanding with my sister and my brother-in-law. Give me 2 sets of keys. One is their home key, and one is the key of not a very brand new car, an average car which can. So I drive and I.
With you have, my husband used to have that nerves. Yeah, once we used to.
So, but don't worry, he will be taken very good care.
I can't drive now.
He is going to be the host of the governor of Sindh in the Sindh province, and from federal side, we are expecting that. The Interior Minister and all the relevant ministries are going to be be part of this amazing conference that he's going.
Canada-Pakistan Business Council, Zindabad, and I was talking about Canada-Pakistan development research. That's also a great thing that those students who are doing research there, they can come here and this Canada can use their laboratories and then work there. And you know what, sometimes ordinary people, they are so much into their own work, they don't understand what is happening behind the scene or behind the wall. But Canada-Pakistan Council is doing a phenomenal job. I congratulate you and I thank you very much for giving us opportunity to talk to you and talk to the chief.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
We are
kindly.
delighted. Thank you. Thank you.
एक बार फिर से खुशामदीद कहते हैं। कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल का बहुत शुक्रिया कि आपके तवस्सुत से मैं यहाँ बैठी हुई हूँ। समीर भाई, मुझे आज से 21 साल पहले का वक्त याद आया कि मैं और मुजफ्फर, हम बेला गार्डन्स में एक प्रोग्राम था, वो मेला एक हुआ करता होता था, तो हम कुल्फ़ी खाते हुए जा रहे थे, आगे हमारे 4-5 पुलिस ऑफिसर थे। हम देसी जैसे होते हैं, हम कह रहे थे अच्छा ये एक चीना पुलिस ऑफिसर, आगे पुलिस ऑफिसर चलते रहे मगर उनके कान ना पीछे की तरफ थे। खैर हम अपनी शरारत करते करते गुजर गए। थोड़ी दूर जाके पुलिस ऑफिसर पीछे मुड़ा, कहता उर्दू में बात करते हो? उसने उर्दू में हमें जवाब दे दिया कि उसको सारी बात समझ आती थी। हम तो डर गए। तो ऑफिसर पॉल चैंग वाज देयर। इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 21 years गॉन। अगेन सर आपका बहुत शुक्रिया कि आज आपसे भी हमारी मुलाकात हो गई। बहुत शुक्रिया कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल का।
आपका शुक्र कि आप आए आज यहाँ।
कितना अच्छा लगा आपको, एक पुलिस ऑफिसर, कनेडियन पुलिस ऑफिसर और चाइनीज़, और फिर उर्दू में बात करता है। कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल का एक ये बहुत अच्छा कदम है। मैं जैसे भी हम थोड़ी देर पहले भी बात कर रहे थे, एक कनाडा पाकिस्तान रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल जो बनी है, वो भी इंटेलिजेंट लोगों का तबादला, हमारे पास जो फैसिलिटी है उसको कैसे यूज़ किया जा सकता है, जो यहाँ की एक्सपर्टीज़ हैं उनको वहाँ के लोग कैसे इस्तेमाल करते हैं। आप तशरीफ़ लेके जा रहे हैं पाकिस्तान, कितने अरसे के बाद जा रहे हैं?
मैं तो जा रहा हूँ 16 साल बाद।
16 साल?
हाँ जी। चीज़ें
बहुत बदल गई हैं।
यकीनन बदल गया होगा क्योंकि टाइम तो गुजर गया काफ़ी साल।
मगर बहुत अच्छा हो गया पाकिस्तान।
अच्छा, देखा जाएगा।
अच्छा आप देख लीजिएगा, मैं वापस आके भी आपसे पूछ लूँगी और मैं वहाँ पे भी आपसे पूछूँगी। समीर भाई, आपने जब इंतखाब किया, एक तो हमारे चीफ, पुलिस चीफ तशरीफ़ लेके जा रहे हैं, एक पॉल चैंग जा रहे हैं, इस सिलेक्शन में आपके जहन में कोई ख़ास बात?
देखिए मैं थ्रू आउट, मैं जब कनाडा मूव किया तो मैं यॉर्क रीजन में रहा हूँ, थॉर्नल में रहा,
मतलब अमीरों के इलाके में।
उसके मुझे उन्होंने पता नहीं घुसने दिया, बहरहाल मैं घुस गया। तो मेरा ताल्लुक जो है रिचमंड हिल से रहा। मैं चूंकि पाकिस्तान से ही रोटेरियन था तो मुझे मौका मिला कि मैं रोटरी क्लब ऑफ रिचमंड हिल में इन्वॉल्व हुआ। मैं करते करते सन 2007 में उसका सदर भी हो गया था।
अच्छा।
और रोटेरियन का सिलसिला हमारा चलता रहा। साथ में हम इंगेजमेंट कनाडा पाकिस्तान बिजनेस काउंसिल और रोटरी की जगह जगह जाएं तो पॉल चैंग साहब से मुलाकात होगी। ये मेरे शहर के हैं, ये कराची के हैं। आप वैसे तो कहते हैं चाइनीज हैं, लेकिन ये मेरे शहर के हैं। तो इनको हमने कोशिश की, इतना कामयाब नहीं हुए रोटरी में लाने की। चीफ को हमने कन्विंस कर लिया कि रोटरी में आ जाएं। तो चीफ जो हैं, चीफ एरिक जॉलिफ साहब जो हैं, वो रोटेरियन हैं। तो उसके नाते जो मैं देखता रहा हूं कि हमारे लिए तो एक झिझक होती है ना पुलिस की फोर्स
जी,
ये इनकी इंगेजमेंट जो है वो मुझे बड़ी अच्छी लगी कि वो लोगों के साथ इंटरेक्शन करना और लोगों को कंफर्टेबल करना। तो हमें चैलेंजेस हैं पाकिस्तान में, मुख्तलिफ चैलेंजेस हैं, बहुत चीजें ठीक हो रही हैं। ये मैं और आप अग्री करेंगे आज को,
बिल्कुल सही,
बहुत सारी चीजें ठीक हुई हैं।
भाई रोड्स बहुत अच्छी हो गई पहले से। कहाँ के लाल बत्ती पे कोई खड़ा ही नहीं होता था। अगर पुलिस चीफ उस दौर में चले जाते तो उन्होंने कहा अल्लाह बहुत ही मुश्किल। अब तो हरी बत्ती पे चलते हैं लोग, लाल पे खड़े होते हैं। अब तो
जब पुलिसिंग की बात शुरू हुई तो बात चीफ की आई तो यार इतना अच्छा होगा कि एक एग्जाम्पल पेश किया जाए। हम कनाडा से, हमारे दोनों एक दिल है तो हमारी एक जान है, पाकिस्तान और कनाडा, ठीक है ना।
समीर भाई आपकी ये बात सुन के ना, आप यकीन कीजिए मैं तो पहले ही कन्विंस्ड हूँ, यू आर अ वंडरफुल पर्सन, यू आर डूइंग अ लॉट फॉर पाकिस्तान। मगर ये बात सुन के मैं कहती हूँ कि अपने वतन से मोहब्बत को कभी ख़त्म मत होने दें। अल्लाह ताला आपको बहुत तरक्की दे, बहुत तरक्की दे। मगर اس ماں سے محبت کو ختم نہ، اور آپ ایک مثال ہیں جنہوں نے اس محبت کو دوام بخشا.
جی جی میرے لیے بڑا آنر رہا ہے کہ
ناؤ وی کم بیک ٹو یو. تو جب یہ جا رہے ہیں تو کیا دکھائیں گے ان کو؟
بھائی ان کو ہم ان کا طارق روڈ دکھائیں گے، ان کا صدر دکھائیں گے، جہاں جہاں ان کی پرانی یادیں ہیں، ان کے جو فیملی کے ریسٹورینٹس کے علاقے ہیں وہ دکھائیں گے، تھوڑا گھومیں گے، تھوڑی سے لوگوں سے ملاقات
کراچی میں کس طرح علاقے سے ویسے بنیادی طور پہ آپ؟
طارق روڈ سے تھے ہم.
واو، ون آف دا فائنسٹ پلیس. میرا خیال ہے کراچی جو جائے اور وہ طارق روڈ پہ نہ جائے تو وہ
کراچی گئی نہیں.
جی
ہم لوگ رہتے تھے علامہ اقبال روڈ پہ.
اچھا صحیح. اور کتنا عرصہ پہلے آپ یہاں تشریف لائے تھے؟
مجھے آئے ہوئے یہاں 42 سال ہو گیا.
42 years ہو گئے. اور 16 years ago you went last time. کیسا لگتا ہے آج آپ جب جا رہے ہیں؟ کینیڈا پاکستان بزنس کاؤنسل کی یہ کوشش ہے تو آپ کو بھی اطمینان یا تسلی ہوتی ہے کہ یہاں کی پولیس فورسز اس سسٹم کو دیکھ سکیں گے اور کاش وہ سسٹم اس سسٹم سے کچھ لرن کر سکے؟
امید تو یہ ہے کہ ہم جب وہاں جائیں تو جب پولیس سے بات کریں نا وہاں پہ، تو امید ہے کہ وہ آ کے یہاں پہ آ کے کچھ سیکھیں. کہ ہم لوگ یوک ریجنل پولیس تو بہت ترقی، بہت فارورڈ تھنکنگ ہے، بہت فیوچر تھنکنگ ہے، تو یہاں ہم لوگوں نے ترقی بہت کیا ہوا ہے. تو ہمارا خواہش یہ ہے کہ اگر وہ کچھ سیکھے، اور امید ہے کہ فیوچر میں کہ وہ آ کے یہاں پہ کوئی ٹریننگ لے ہمارے ساتھ.
ایک چیز سمیر بھائی جو کاش ہمارے پولیس چیف کینیڈا کی جو یہ ایکسیسبلٹی ہے، جو اپروچبلٹی ہے، یہ بڑی کمال کی ہے کہ پولیس چیف واٹ اے پوزیشن، ماشاء اللہ، ہی از اے کنگ آف دس ایریا. ٹھیک ہے، بٹ اٹس ایزی، ہی از اپروچیبل.
بالکل جی.
اور میں نے بات بھی کی ان سے، اور آپ جب کبھی 16 سال پیچھے جا کے پاکستان کو کمپیئر کرتے ہیں اور آپ جب یہاں دیکھیں کہ یہاں کی جو بڑی پوزیشنز کے لوگ ہیں وہ اپروچیبل ہیں، وہ آپ کی بات سنتے بھی ہیں، آپ کو موقع بھی دیتے ہیں، تو کیا آپ کا دل یہ چاہتا ہے کہ پاکستان کے جو بڑے لوگ ہیں، وڈیرے اچھی پوزیشنز کے اوپر جو لوگ ہیں، وہ بھی ایک عام آدمی کو اس طرح سن سکے جیسے آپ سنتے ہیں؟
وہاں کا مال تو کچھ اور مال ہے، مختلف جگہ ہے، مختلف ملک ہے. کینیڈا میں یہاں میں مختلف ہے. یہاں پہ تو آپ لوگ سے بات کر سکتے ہیں، انسانیت ہے یہاں پہ. پاکستان ایک مختلف جگہ ہے کہ مطلب ایک سسٹم ہے وہاں کہ اگر آئی جی ہو یا ڈی آئی جی ہو، آپ ان سے تو مل تو نہیں سکتے. وہاں بہت مشکل ہے.
وڈیرے
ہاں.
مگر کیا آپ اس چیز کو بھی انٹروڈیوس کرنا چاہیں گے؟ کیونکہ ایک عام آدمی کے مسئلے کو سننے کے لیے یا اس کی اپروچ بڑھانے کے لیے، یعنی یہ بھی سسٹم کی امپروومنٹ ہے. آپ کیا آپ کچھ ایڈ کرنا چاہیں گے اس میں؟
میں تو بہرحال یہ سمجھتا ہوں کہ بیک اینڈ فورتھ جانے سے تھوڑی سی دیکھیں
رویے بدلیں گے.
میں اور آپ یہ بات کر چکے ہیں کہ بات سے بات نکلتی، جب بات کریں گے تو باتوں میں اچھی باتیں نکلتی ہیں
ضرور.
اور رویے اوور نائٹ نہیں بدلا کرتے ہوتے،
یہ وقت لگے گا، لیکن اس وقت کو ہم قریب لانے کی کوشش کریں. ہماری سب کی دوستوں کی، آپ سب کی محنت ہے کہ ہم یہ سٹیپ لے کے جا رہے ہیں کہ یہ کانورزیشن شروع کروا رہے ہیں. دیکھیں میرا اور آپ کا کام یہ ہے کانورزیشن شروع کروانا اور لوگوں تک پہنچانا. جو رائٹ لوگوں کا کام یہ ہے کہ کانورزیشن جس سے کر رہے ہیں ان کو انگیج کر کے ایک دوسرے کا فائدہ اٹھ لینا،
یعنی بارش کا پہلا قطرہ.
جی بالکل.
بارش کا پہلا قطرہ.
میں تو ایکسپرٹ نہیں ہوں نا پولیسنگ میں،
اور یہ کانورسیشن کو آگے بڑھائے.
جی یہ کانورسیشن کو وہ بڑھانے کے لیے ہم نے اپنا ہاتھ جوڑنے کے لیے اپنا کام کرتے رہیں گے.
مگر میں یہاں یہ کہوں گی کہ ہماری پنجاب کی گورنمنٹ، آپ کا تو بڑا کلوز لنک بھی ہے، دے آر ویری اوپن مائنڈیڈ، دے میٹ ود دا پیپل، اور اس کے بارے میں آپ کچھ کہیں گے اس وقت؟
دیکھیں میں نے تو میرا تعلق کراچی سے، میرا ٹریولنگ کراچی، لاہور، اسلام آباد، فیصل آباد، سیالکوٹ وغیرہ ہر جگہ رہا ہے جب سے میرا کینیڈا پاکستان بزنس کاؤنسل انوالومنٹ رہا ہے. تو بہرحال کراچی میں شروع میں مسئلتیں تھیں چند سال پہلے. کراچی وہ نہیں ہے جو 5 سال پہلے تھا یا 4 سال پہلے تھا.
2 سال پہلے سے
بڑی ایکسیسیبلٹی تھی، تو بڑی چینجز آئی ہیں. تو آسان تھا لوگوں کے لیے کہ پنجاب میں جا کے بات کرنا. پنجاب میں ہمیں بڑا ریسپروکیشن دیا. سن 2007 میں پریمیئر آف آنٹیریو اور چیف منسٹر آف پنجاب نے کوآپریشن آف اگریمنٹ بھی سائن کیا. اسی کو ہم نے آگے بڑھانا ہے. جو ٹولز ہیں، جو ہتھیار ہیں ہمارے پاس، ان کو استعمال کر کے اس ریلیشن شپ کو ہم نے آگے بڑھانا ہے. دیکھیں جو حکومت کرتی ہے وہ کرتی رہے گی. ہمارے جو کاؤنسل جنرل ہائی کمشنر صاحب وہ کرتے رہے، سب اچھا کام کر رہے ہیں. لیکن جو کام ڈائسپورا کر سکتی ہے نا, وہ جو میں کر سکتا ہوں, جو آپ کر سکتے ہیں, وہی کام اگر
ہر کوئی اپنے ذمہ داری
چھوٹا چھوٹا کام کر لے تو چیزیں آگے بات بڑھتی چلی جائے گی.
بہت شکریہ سمیر بھائی آپ کا, اور کینیڈا پاکستان بزنس کاؤنسل کے حوالے سے یہ میٹنگ ہماری اگلا حصہ, اس کا اگلا ایپیسوڈ بھی ضرور دیکھیے گا. کوشش صرف اتنی ہے کہ یہاں کی جو سروسز ہیں یا یہاں کا جو طریقہ کار ہے اس کو وہاں انٹروڈیوس کیا جا سکے, اور خدا کرے کہ وہاں کے لوگوں کے لیے مواقع ہوں کہ ریفریشر کورسز کے اوپر وہ ان ممالک میں آ سکیں, تاکہ ہم ٹیکنالوجی کا تبادلہ کر سکیں, جیسے ہم اپنی انفارمیشن کا تبادلہ کر سکیں. That's what we can wish, and inshallah we are trying our level best. This is the first step, and inshallah we will achieve something out of it. بہت شکریہ آپ کا.
بہت بہت شکریہ آپ کا.
بہت شکریہ کینیڈا پاکستان بزنس کاؤنسل سمیر دوسر, آپ کا بہت شکریہ.
آپ جو کرتی ہیں, I appreciate that.
پاکستان زندہ باد, کینیڈا زندہ باد.